Shoot, what did I do with my... Here I am getting ready for a break, and I don't have all the things I need. Get it together, Mike. Get it together. We'll get it together. We'll get it together right now. I got this big box that I wanted to use for trash, and I left it sitting over there, not near me. All right. I just got to open a couple things, and we're going to be ready to go. I was, basically all day I've been working on mail sale stuff. So, that's what I've been up to. Good evening, Bill. Hope everybody's adjusting to the time change well. I'll tell you what, I loved the fact that it stayed light out till, almost 8 o'clock tonight. That was fantastic. Give me more of that for sure. I love the fact that it's late, that the sun stays up or stays out, whatever. You know what I'm saying. I like it light later at night. I could care less if it's bright in the morning or not, because I'm not awake enough to care in the morning. So, hey, Jordan, how's it going? Let's see that Ross booklet. All right, we're going to get into this here in just a second. I think I got everything ready now, basically. All right, here is our owner list for tonight. The only person I'm missing a payment from is Zach Brenner, and Zach I think he was waiting because he was helping. He took some ducks because he was trying to help fill the filler, and so I think he might have been waiting to send until he knew it was full, in thoughts that, he may take another. I think he was maybe thinking, oh, if I have to take a couple more, I will, or something like that. So we'll get that from Zach. Same thing on the filler spots, because he messaged me and said, hey, I grabbed some fillers to help. And I think he was holding off to see if he was going to have to help anymore or not. So big shout out to the folks that jumped in the filler. Appreciate you guys. Fillers are one of those things where, it's kind of a feast or famine kind of deal. But sometimes I don't give enough love to the people that help with those, because I know it's a little bit more of a gamble, but I do appreciate the support. And, anybody that gets in the filler, you're really helping the whole group move forward. You know what I mean? Because you're the ones that are pushing the brake from being 10 yards from the goal line to across the goal line, so to speak. So you're carrying us that last little bit, which is the important little bit, you know. So I don't know if any of that rambling made any sense. I was just trying to say thank you in a nice way to the people that helped with the duck race. So anyways, let's do this thing. 25 spots. Let's go straight up. No swapping them around or anything. We're going to just race them. Here we go. Good luck. Again, you want to be top 3 for the duck race. Top 3 is what we're looking for. I just realized I have my list messed up because Daniel Suarez is down in Group 2. I'm adjusting that now. All right, Duck 12 takes the win. Yeah, I just realized my list that I printed was different than the list that I posted, so I'm fixing that for the duck race. All right, so Duck 12, James Holland is first place. Duck 15, second place, Candace. And third place, James Holland, Duck 18. So James gets Group 1. Candace, Group 2. And James, Group 3. So again, appreciate everybody. That was Ducks 12, 15, and 18. Appreciate you guys doing that. The amendment that I made here was Denny Hamlin got taken. Like, I had printed this, and then somebody claimed Denny Hamlin right as I was getting ready to turn the comments off. So I had to make a small adjustment before I posted it. And what that was is I took Denny Hamlin out of this group and moved Daniel Suarez down. So it's correct on the post. It's just not correct on the list that I printed because I printed it and then started the process, and like I said, in the process, somebody grabbed Denny. So anyway, 12 wins twice today. No doubt. You just can't beat the number 12 today at all. So congrats to those guys. There's that. Let me get you got up here where you can see. So there's our boxes. Select, Prism, National Treasures, and Turn 4 hobby boxes. The folks that watched the mail sale last night were also privy to a little detail that nobody else knew. I've got some extra boxes for tonight's break. We're going to do a blaster of Prism and a blaster of Select. That was not something that I advertised or that I even listed as part of it. But the folks that were listening last night knew this. So we've got an extra blaster of Select and a blaster of Prism. So we're going to start with these guys first. And then we'll do the hobby. So let's get some gloves and do this thing. I just wanted to throw in a little something extra. And like I said, I mentioned it last night. And so it was sort of one of those you had to be there to know. So good luck, everybody. Do a couple blasters first. Empty. Oh, thank you, Candace. Like I said, I'm trying to do better at stuff like this. Impromptu, surprise, bonus stuff, whatever you want to call it. Giveaways, all that, all the above. Just trying to do better with all of it. Of course, with Select and Prism blasters, there's no guaranteed hits, I don't think, in either one. I don't think you get a hit or guaranteed hit in select. Maybe you do. One auto or relic. Yeah, so you do get one. Probably a mem is going to be my guess. So you do get one auto or relic in select. I don't think you get anything guaranteed in Prism. So here we go. Spencer Boyd. Orange Flash, Corey Heim. Well, thanks, Candace. I appreciate it. You would know, you and Danny have been here for a long time. You guys have been around since, well, I would say probably just about the very beginning. If not, almost the very beginning. But you guys have been around a long, long time. Richard Childress, selective swatches on his famous button-down shirt. Childress will go to Thomas Jones. And silver, Michael McDowell. Funny, so just kind of reminiscing, thinking about Candace and Danny and some of the other older members in the group. Orange Flash, Justin Haley. I can remember getting in breaks, with other breakers with Candace and Danny and Mike Ciano and who am I thinking of? Roger Brewer. Some names guys that maybe haven't been very active recently. Kevin Finkel, of course. Silver Flash, AJ Allmendinger, sensations. But, yeah, we've been in some breaks. Other breakers, Jeff. 29 of 49. Caden Honeycutt going to Dale Cobb. A lot of them I don't think even break anymore. Kevin, Jason, I don't think any of those guys do them anymore. Or if they do, I'm not aware. All right. Prism Blaster. Finkel, yeah, absolutely. Same, Scott. I always think of Kev. Always think of Kev when I see a nice... I don't know if she appreciates it or if she just finds it creepy. But every once in a while I'll message his daughter and just, say, hey, just thinking of your dad and, just wanted to let you know we're thinking of you. Hope you're doing okay kind of thing. Like I said, I really never knew her until after, obviously, I really don't know her at all anyway, but didn't even know who she was until after Kev passed away. And so, like I said, I don't know if she finds it nice or if she finds it creepy. But I don't know. It makes me feel good, so I guess I do it. Blue Ice, Christopher Bell. I know it made me feel good when, like when my dad passed, it made me feel good when people just asked, like, hey, how are you? Or just talk to you in general, So, it's, I don't know if it, like I said, I don't know if it does anything for her or not. I guess it doesn't really matter. Green Prism SVG. I guess if she was irritated or annoyed, she'd say, hey, buzz off, dude. So, I guess there's that. Yeah, you know, now that Kevin's gone, I will tell you, Kevin was a member from the very beginning in our group, Blue Ice, Justin Allgaier, and from the very beginning when I started doing mail sales, Kevin was the second person. When I started taking consignments for mail sales, Kevin was the second person to message me and say, I'll send you stuff to sell. And he literally sent stuff to me all the way up, you know. Like, I had a few of his cards there right after he passed. And I think I even talked about this. I didn't know what to do with them. And so I thought what Kevin would want would be to give them to somebody. And so I put those in the Secret Santa packs. So a few of the cards that were sprinkled in, hindsight, I should have put a little note with them and said these came from Kevin's collection. I bet that would have really meant something to folks. And I just didn't think that through. But that's what I did with the cards that I had left of his, because I thought that's what he would want, you know? So, Blue Ice, Todd Gilliland, but I sold stuff for him for a long time in the mail sales. Blue Pulsar, Ben Rhodes. He's an unlisted driver. He's going to go to Thomas Jones, 21/75. Yeah, the Sharks, absolutely. Anytime you see the San Jose Sharks, that's, when he'd send me stuff, he'd always send me oh my, hold up. He'd always send a sticker. Not always, but a lot of times he'd send a sticker. Check this out, guys. Green Prism, Davey Allison. We're going to skip Davey. And we're going to go to the Carson Hocevar Color Blast out of a Prism Blaster. Hocevar is going to go to Steve Teske. Oh, my goodness. Well, that doesn't suck. Sheesh. Okay. We were talking about Kevin, and the good hits started showing up. Look at that. Yeah, second Color Blast out of a blaster for sure. That's wild. Hocevar going to Steve. I love it too because he's got the Chili's fire suit on. That's really, really cool. That's nice. Congrats, Steve. That's bitching right there. It's late enough. There shouldn't be any kids watching. Green, Davey Allison. Didn't mean to shove Davey to the side, but. And then Green Pulsar, Daniel Suarez. No, sir. It doesn't suck at all. Speaking of that doesn't suck, all the T-shirts are done. Those who ordered T-shirts, they are shipping tomorrow. I got them in my hands and packed up, and they are going out to you tomorrow. 6/25, Daniel Suarez. He went through the filler and goes to Candace. That was a really nice box with the short print Suarez and a Color Blast. That's a really nice box. What's crazy is I was literally at our grocery store, Meijer, and I said to my wife, I said, I'm going to buy a couple boxes and just throw them in our break tomorrow. This was yesterday. And so I literally bought these boxes right off the shelf at Meijer yesterday. Just bonkers that I guess I picked the right one. Crazy. Congrats again, Steve. All right, now let's get into the meat and the potatoes. I guess we'd call that a really nice appetizer. Empty box on select. Lime green, Ty Gibbs. I'll tell you what, he ran really good there at the end of the race. He hung tough. Give him credit. 32 of 75. Ty Gibbs goes to James Holland in the filler. I noticed, I don't know if anybody watched, I noticed when they interviewed him, he talked about how his team believes in him and he believes in his team. And I don't know if they've made some changes with his crew, but it felt like on purpose, like he wanted to emphasize that. So having confidence in your team is huge. That's half the battle. I think that's what, honestly, guys like Larson, I think that's what makes Larson successful, is the confidence. 48 and 99, White Larson going to Nick Marquette. We talked about the race earlier during Scott's personal box, but certainly we got some time here. We can discuss if you guys got anything on your mind. I thought it was a great race. It's easy for me to say it was my favorite race of the year, but you guys know how I feel about the other stuff. So, although Atlanta, I like Atlanta. Tricolor Sammy Smith. And I don't dislike Daytona. It's just not my favorite, I guess. Tandem draft. Blue, Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. Chase Elliott is J.R. Tipple. Kyle Larson is Nick Marquette. 27 of 49, so we will do a random for this one at the end. I'm going to keep that kind of right here in front of the camera where I won't forget it. Got an orange Jeb Burton. He's going to go to Thomas Jones Jr. 35 out of 49. Grab a quick drink. Drinking Mountain Dew Zero. I don't know. Do you guys have a preference? Those of you that drink diet soda or diet pop or soda or pop, whatever you call it, where you live, do you have a preference? If you somebody that drinks diet stuff, do you have a preference between diet or zero sugar? Do you prefer Diet Coke or Coke Zero or Pepsi Zero, Diet Pepsi, Diet Mountain Dew? I'm just curious. I'm not very picky about what I drink, so. $107 to 175. Blue, Ernie Irvan. And selective swatches, William Byron. I think zero sugar is better than some diets. Wild Cherry Pepsi Zero. I do like the Wild Cherry Pepsi Zero a lot, Thomas. We buy that in our house frequently. Jordan says, can't really tell the difference. I'm kind of in the same boat with you, Jordan. I can, very subtle, maybe. Very subtle, but not enough for me to be like, oh, I like this over that, My wife is a diehard Diet Coke drinker, in the fact that my wife drinks three things. Quite literally. She drinks a lot of water, Diet Coke, and milk. That's basically it. Now, on occasions, she'll make iced tea, and she'll drink iced tea. But it's been a while since she's made a pitcher of iced tea around here, so I don't know if she's just not into it or what, but we mainly do zeros and rotate. Anything but Diet Coke, can't stand it. Yeah. I'm really not picky on any of it, you know. As you guys know, I'm a big guy. And big is in the sense of I'm round, not tall. So I drink diet and zero sugar because I don't need the extra calories. And I'm sure there's all kinds of, you know, opinions and whatever. Silver Chase Briscoe. Diet Coke people and Dr. Pepper. I do like Diet Dr. Pepper a lot. Yeah, Scott, you didn't hit anything. I'm not sure what he was. I think he was referencing earlier, which Silver Cole Custer. Drink minimum 1 energy drink a day, so I have no room to talk. Yeah. I don't drink coffee. We're getting into the season where I like alcohol. In the winter, I don't really drink much alcohol. I'm a social drinker, and a warm weather, like by the pool, at the beach, after after mowing grass and it's hot and I just want something really cold to hit the spot, out by the fire. That's my kind of drinking, you know, when it comes to alcohol. Or, you know, like I said, socially. Red Connor Zillich. Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Strawberry and Cream. I have not tried that yet. I'll have to try that. 69 of 125. Zillich. Going to William Steele. And then we got 78 and 99. Patch Auto. Austin Cindric. Drink water and Dr. Pepper straight up. Nice Cindric. Going to James Holland. Can swap him out with Richard. You know, like the other day we were over at my in-laws. It was last weekend, and we were helping them just move stuff in their garage and clean up. And it was, you know, it was warm out, garage doors open, and we were working. And, you know, we got done, and my mother-in-law said, "You want a beer?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." You know, that's kind of... The older I've gotten, the more I drink water. Yeah. Nothing beats when it's super hot and you're just super thirsty. Nothing beats just ice cold water, man. I mean it. Yeah. Blue Alex Bowman. $156 of 175. Bowman goes to JR. Like I said, during spring break week, I think I'm going to figure out a way to bring something, either make a drink and tell you guys about it, or even if it's just a beer, have something during spring break week. I'm gonna drink with you guys. We're gonna drink together during spring break week. Maybe it'll just be a shot on certain nights, but either way, we're gonna have a little fun. Purple Tanner Gray going to Brian. 109 out of 199. And then 59/99 patch auto William Sawalich. Going to Sea Salt. Nice 2-color patch. See if we can get me to make some poor decisions after, one drink during spring break week. Let me open some more thicker top loads real quick. We might need them. Just assume have them ready. All right, Prism is next. Empty box. Our spring break week will be I'm trying to think of what the dates are. The 22nd through the 29th, I think is what I've got it planned for. That'll be our spring break week. And if you guys haven't been here for spring break week, what that basically means is for 8 days straight, we'll start on Sunday and end on Sunday. 8 days straight, we'll do a break every day. And it'll be a different break every day. Different products. There might even be a different format here or there. But we will do some different stuff every single day for spring break week. And it's usually pretty fun. 248 of 299. Silver Pulsar Brennan Poole. We got a purple Todd Gilliland. Going to Thomas. 34/99. And then we're going to go Brandon Jones. Mojo Victory Lane. That's nice. Brandon Jones going to Scott. 21 of 25. I was just thinking, is there a chance we could have the door? Missed it by 1 digit. Nice Brandon Jones. I will tell you guys, as far as schedule is concerned, for the next 3 Tuesdays in a row, the next 3 weeks on Tuesday, the plan is going to be 2018 certified. That was a thing for a while. We brought it back, back, a couple months ago. And so the next 3 weeks will be 2018 Prism every Tuesday. And that will include the Tuesday of spring break week. So now you know one of the breaks for spring break week. 54 of 249, red Riley Herbst. Going to Kyle Clayton. Silver Mark Martin. Well, you're one closer now. That's kind of how I am with some of these sets I've been working on that I've just passively doing and putting in basically no effort, I should buckle down and actually try. We got a blue Prism Noah Gragson. Going to Scott Bastian. 199 of 199. Got the bookend. Cowboy Noah. Carolina Blue Alex Bowman goes to JR. $26 of 49. It's kind of scary that it's after midnight and I don't feel even an inkling of tired. Because it's really, it's not really midnight. It's really technically 11. So that's not a good sign. Orange, Tony Breidinger. Going to Storm Ghost. $29 of 125. And then we got the silver, Tyler Ankrum. Yeah, and I'm a night owl. Like, I can't make myself go to bed early, so I'll probably be up till 2 a.m. tonight. And the way I fix it is I'll be up till 2 a.m. tonight, and tomorrow I'll just power through. And hopefully that'll get me onto a schedule. I mean, I'm usually up past midnight anyway, but ideally I'd like to be going to bed, 12:30-ish. So... Silver Pulsar William Byron, 135 of 299 for William Steele. And then we got a green scope, Jeff Gordon. Going to Storm Ghost, 46 of 149. Yeah, exactly, Scott. That's the fix, is you just power through for a day or so, and you're back on track. I remember when so my sister and brother-in-law lived in Germany for years, and I went to visit them and stayed with them for like 3 months. And when I flew over there, my sister told me, she goes, "You're going to land here at like 7 in the morning." And she goes, "You are not going to sleep." She goes, "The way you fix the jet lag is you don't go to sleep. And you have to stay up." She goes, "So I'm going to pick you up from the airport, and we're going to go run around and do stuff. And I'm going to keep you moving." And I was like, all right. 92 of 249, Carson Quapple goes to Will Blackman. And sure enough, she met me at the airport with not one, but 2 Red Bulls in the cup holder. And she goes, "Drink one of these now, and you're going to save one for a couple hours from now." I'm like, all right. Like, you'd have thought I was like, sickly the way, but she had a plan of, this is how I'm going to keep the brother awake for the day. We did that to my father-in-law. There we go. Scripps Silver, Brittany Zamora. Zamora goes to Will Blackman. We did that to my father-in-law. That corner is that bottom left corner has got it's like got a spot. Anyway, a few years ago, we went to Eldora to the King's Royal. Scott Dixon, you'll appreciate this. And my father-in-law was working third shift for FedEx at the time. And we wanted to be up there at like noon. And so we told him, hey, basically when you get off work, you come home, don't go to sleep. And so we picked him up at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I think he had a chance to get a shower and eat some food. And that was about it. We picked him up at 9. He probably slept in the truck or the car. There's Dinger going to Thomas Jones. He probably slept on the way to the racetrack for a couple hours, so he probably did get a nap in. But once we got him to the racetrack, we kept him moving. Like, we would say, all right, let's get up and walk around and go, over to this side of the track to the Merchant turns, 3 and 4. And then, okay, let's go up in the top of turn 1. 17 and 99, Austin Beers, purple. And Austin goes to James Holland. Yeah, so I remember my dad looked at me and he goes, "We're going to have to keep him moving." Like, and we knew once cars got on the track, he'd be fine. That's once race cars start, then your adrenaline carries you, right? Like your blood starts pumping and you're like, all right, we're good to go now. But we had to get him to that point where we saw engine heat and hot laps started, and then he was fine. So we literally walked him around the track, keeping him awake. But we had fun. Silver Pulsar Noah Gragson going to Scott. 260 of 299. Silver Brian Deegan. We got a red Kyle Larson for Nick. $114 of $249. And then Sensational Signatures Silver Luke Fenhouse. Luke Fenhouse goes to Steve Teskey. Steve's having a nice day. He's already got the color blast out of the blaster, so I would say he's probably thinking anything else at this point is just gravy. Blue Chris Busher going to David Brinkman. 123 of 199. We got the silver Gio Ruggiero. My stack is moving over here. Hang on. We got a red power Ricky Stenhouse Jr. That's going to go to the filler. 64 of 175 and James Holland with Ricky. And then we got a gold Legendary Signatures Dale Jarrett. DJ, 3 out of 10. That's nice. Boy, Prism has been good to us tonight. Dale Jarrett going to Michael Amundsen. Out of 10. Before we get to NT, I'm going to have to get the Zamboni out and clean up our house here. We got some Prism and Select Dust galore. Silver, yeah. 3 of 10. It looks like silver or like white snowflake everywhere. All right, last pack of Prism. And then we move on to kind of the premium boxes with NT and Turn 4. I'm going to be curious to see if they do Turn 4 again this year or not. I really hope they bring Prime back instead. I miss Prime. I'd like to see them do that. Personally. 158 of 299. Jesse Love going to Steve Teskey. Silver Mark Martin. All right, and that's that for Prism. Let me move these out of the way. Like I said, I know it's late, and I know everybody's probably tired, but we're gonna take a second and clean this up a little, because it needs to be done. I don't want all that stuff getting stuck. The reason I do that is I don't want stuff getting stuck in between penny sleeves and top loaders, you know, when you're putting stuff together. Yeah, Scott, I'm with you on the rotating and exactly the way you just explained it. I would be good with that, honestly. I like that. I wish Panini would say, hey, this is what we're going to do. You know? But instead, it's just kind of well, I guess we'll see what they do this year. But yeah, I would be all for them saying, hey, you know, every year you get, the 3 products you get every year are going to be Donruss, Prism, National Treasures, because those are like the flagship Panini products, right? And then the other 2 products are going to rotate between a few different things, maybe, you know? Like you said, Chronicles, Select, Prime, give us Torque back, Victory Lane, Certified. I'd be down with all that. White Sparkle, Kyle Busch. It's going to go to Dave Blazevich. Yep, same, man, same. White Sparkle, Tony Breidinger. Going to Storm Ghost. And White Sparkle, Noah Gragson. Going to Scott Bastian. Yeah, updated Torque would be great. I'm 100% on board with that. Andy knows I loved Torque. All right, empty box. Starting out, Luke Fenhouse, 28 out of 35. Luke goes to Steve. Loved Absolute. Nope, I liked Absolute too. And that's the thing is, I guess when it gets right down to it, there's not many products that I think, didn't like that. You know? I mean, there's some that I like more than others, but I don't think there's many where I'm like, eh. And part of it has to do with the change and the transition of certain drivers in certain products. You know, I liked some of the older products because there were more of my favorite drivers in them. 13 of 75, Connor Mozak. That's going to go to Thomas. Still had potential. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could still hit the 101 jumbos in Torque, Absolute, and Victory Lane. 2018 Victory Lane. Don't forget that. $51 of 75. Oh, that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4 color sheet metal for Eric Jones. It's going to go to Anthony Hawley. Yep. 18 Victory Lane, which, spoiler alert, we will have 18 Victory Lane in Spring Break Week too. So now everybody knows 2 of the breaks that we'll see in Spring Break Week, because I've told you 2 different ones tonight. Which is more high-end, NT or Flawless? I don't know. I think probably, I don't know. I think they're about the, I put them about the same category. Some would argue maybe Flawless. 37 of 75, Richard Childress. Going to Thomas again. But we don't have Flawless in racing, so you got, the super high-end products that Panini does. You've got Flawless, Immaculate, Impeccable, National Treasures. I don't think I left any out. I think those are the 4 super high ends. And then they do some other stuff that's semi high end, like for us, turn 4. Treasured Swatches, Jimmy Johnson, 50 of 75. We'll go to Dale. Actually, I'm still missing the payment from Dale too. I forgot to mention that. And we got a booklet. A little lower in the positioning than we're used to, but we got a booklet. Ross Chastain, 5 out of 5. Jordan ordered up a Ross when this break started. You guys would have to go back and read the comments, but Jordan asked for a, I don't know if he said 101 or high-end Ross, but he's getting a 5 of 5 Prime Fire Suit booklet. Yeah, that's bitchin'. There you go, Jordan. That's nasty. I don't know what that logo is, but that's sick. Ross Chastain out of 5. That's killer. I gotta get a booklet mag. Hold tight for just a second. I had a couple things stacked on top of them. I moved some stuff because I was getting ready for because I was doing the mail sale. And it may not be a 101, but it's darn close. Goes to Miranda. Well, good for her. Good for her. That's nice. That's killer. I'll tell you what, we'll put it up here too. I'm going to move these guys. And I'll move that card stand and move a little rip over. And we'll just put Ross here front and center. That'll be different. Just one in the middle. All alone. Nice hit. Eric Almirola, 71 of 99. Triple threat. AA goes to William Steele. And another nice one. 24 of 25. Short print, Raja Caruth. Raja Caruth goes to William Steele also. Back-to-back autos. He's got a nice signature, actually. I guess I haven't seen enough of his autographs to kind of get used to it. He's got a pretty nice signature. Nice Raja hit. And last one for this box is also a nice one. 21 of 25. William Byron. That's the hollow gold out of 25. Byron going to William Steele. William Steele hit 3 in a row. Almirola, Raja Caruth, William Byron. What are the odds of doing that? Congrats, William. That's wild. Nice. Nice. All right, I can ditch the gloves because turn 4 is up next. All right. You guys know, a lot of you guys know I help my LCS do breaks on Monday nights, and I don't wear gloves there. Not because I won't, I don't take them with me, and they don't have them there, and nobody's really said anything about it. I don't know that it's that big of a deal to most people. But anyways, it's just weird for me when I start doing a break there on Monday. I'm like, something's missing. Something's weird here. So, all right. Let's start our turn 4 break. Turn 4 box. I don't think anything's going to top our box we had in the last mixer where we had the 2 Kavrooms. Dale Jr., 1 out of 10. That ain't bad. Dale Jr. out of 10 going to Zach Brenner. That's not bad. Next up, sheet metal swatches, Dale Jarrett. 5 out of 10 for Dale Jarrett. Boy, what a nice night for Dale Jarrett, hitting the gold auto and then the gold sheet metal swatch. DJ is Michael Amundsen. So congrats, Mike. 2 to go. Let's go to this one first. Nick Sanchez, that's gold too. 2 of 10. All 3 cards so far have been gold out of 10. That's interesting. Nick Sanchez will go to Thomas Jones. That's a really nice patch. Some nice embroidery. I wonder if what's the odds the last one's going to be a gold out of 10 too? What's the odds? Huh. 3 of 10, Noah Gragson, gold. Boy, we have had 2 loaded boxes of turn 4 back-to-back in our breaks. Noah's going to go to Scott Bastian. That's crazy. All 4 cards were gold out of 10. And the last box we had the 2 Kavrooms in it. That's just... Add that to the pile of never seen that before. Well, I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. I know it's late. Those that weren't able to watch live, I hope you guys enjoy the break when you get to it tomorrow. I will hit you guys with a recap, and then I will do a random for the Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson at the end. Nobody has to stick around for that if you don't want to. You don't have to stick around for anything if you don't want to. But I'm going to hit you with a recap. We had the Brandon Jones Mojo out of 25, Victory Lane. Daniel Suarez Green Pulsar out of 25, out of the Blaster. Relics, we had Jimmy Johnson, Richard Childress, Eric Jones, Connor Mozak, Richard Childress again, William Byron. Autographs, we had William Byron, Raja Caruth, Eric Almirola, Austin Cindric, Luke Fenhouse, Brittany Zamora, William Sawalich. And our mag stuff, I got the whole box of turn 4 here. We just saw these. Noah Gragson out of 10, patch auto. Nick Sanchez out of 10, patch auto. Dale Jarrett to 10, sheet metal. Dale Jr. to 10, base. Out of the Blaster that was an added throw-in box, the Carson Hocevar Color Blast. And then the gold Dale Jarrett Legendary Signatures. And then, of course, the special order up by Jordan asking for a nice Ross. Asking you shall receive. It's not always that easy, but that's super nice. Numbered to 5 for Ross. And then this is the card in question for random. 27 of 49 blue tandem draft. Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson. We'll run a quick random on that and call it a night. Really busy weekend, obviously, with the double mail sale. So we got a lot of stuff going out. I got, like I said, t-shirts. If you ordered a t-shirt, those are going to ship tomorrow also. I've already got half of them packed and ready to go. So a lot of stuff happening all at once. It was just a busy weekend in general around here. So if you missed out on the t-shirt and you see one and you decide you want one, you can let me know. It's not like we can't ever order more. My wife made them for us, so we can always order more. But she was making some shirts for her teacher friends at school, and so that's why I kind of put a deadline on the first ones, because she needed to place her order for shirts and supplies and all that. So Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson. And here we go. We're going to go 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to go to the Larson spot. And who is that? Nick Marquette. Going to Nick Marquette with the Larson spot. So that's that. And again, I want to say thanks to everybody who participated. I would call that another really good break, considering we had, 4, 5, 6, 7 really nice SSPs, plus some other nice autos and miscellaneous things. That was a good break. So, no break tomorrow, but again, Tuesday night certified, and I'll get the schedule posted tomorrow for the rest of the week. I'll also get some information about PSA for our next submission. Those will be due March 30th. And, yeah, that's all I got. So everybody have a great rest of your night. Have a great Monday. And we'll see you guys next time.